Hi everyone. Thank you for joining me. Welcome to another session with chatting with expert knowledge, people who are um, have been in the process and they have some kind of knowledge and experience when it comes to this. So today I'm going to be chatting with Peter Bewa, and I must say that the first time that I saw Peter was on LinkedIn. I saw his post, and again I saw him on TikTok, and I saw that he had shared his journey on how he got into Canada and like a little story about him and how far he has come. So when I saw this, I was very, very impressed, and I was very, very motivated looking at where he was coming from and how he has been able to make it this far. I was very, very impressed. So I decided to speak to him so he can share his experiences with us and also for us to know who he is and where he's coming from and how far he has been. So, today I am going to be talking with Peter, and please make sure that if you have any questions and concerns, comments about studying in Canada, please make sure that you ask your questions and everything that you need to know. I must say that I'm having a challenge with Facebook. I will fix that and then um, we can continue with the live. But allow me welcome to the studio, Peter Babwa, and let's chat with Peter. Hi, Peter. Um, Hi. Okay, so hi, Peter. Welcome.
Hi. Oh,
Welcome to
thank you
today's
very.
session. I'm so happy to see you here, and I am happy that you agreed to do this today. I know it was a short notice. I reached out last week, but you honored my invitation, have collaborated everything with me, and we are doing this today. So, thank you for doing this with me today. So, I have a few questions that I want to ask you, but first, I would like to get to know you, and if you can share a little bit about yourself to our viewers that are watching so they can know who Peter is.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much, and I also appreciate the fact that you reach out. We are all one people, and we want to share our knowledge and our experience just to empower and re-engineer the mindset of people that they can also achieve greatness. If we are able to do it, that means that you can able to also do it. So my name is Peter, and I'm from Ghana, Tachimentia precise, and I just finished my master's program in Canada here. Let's say I'm a master's student. Let me say I'm done with school, so I just finished out, and I'm also an inspirational speaker. and also a motivational speaker as well. So basically, this is Peter, and I really want to see the impact of Africa. I really want to see the growth of our people. We want our life to become a beacon of hope, and a personified people that we can able to transform and change lives through our stories and our experiences and our skills, that we can able to see the growth of our humanity. Because I believe that Africa has a lot of potentials, but we need to harness it. We need to revive the spirit of people,
Mm,
that they can also become effective in our society. So basically, this is my philosophy, and I believe in determination. I believe in resiliency, and I
mm,
believe in commitment and discipline towards your career goals and whatever you want to achieve. And I cannot say this without thanking the God's grace, right? Because I am a Christian, so I believe that
mm.
most of the things that happen in our life, God is the pillar of my life and my foundation. So I need to acknowledge Him as a master of my life. So thank you very much.
Thank you for sharing who you are. I like how you started with the motivation. I can already feel that you're a motivational speaker and you're ready to motivate people that are
Uh,
watching today. So thank you for starting on that good note. You said teaching mentia. Where exactly is that in Ghana? If people who are watching and have no idea where that is, can you tell us where that is located in Ghana?
Attachment here is in Ahafo region. At first it was Brown Ahafo, but now they have divided it into various regions. So we also have our own region. So it is at Ahafo region near Bichim.
Mm,
So Thanos South constituency. That's where my mom and I grew up. So yeah, basically that is where I started my whole life, and then I have reached this far. The Chiment here is just a farming community that
mm,
if you are born there, I know they have good leaders, they have good mentors, but if you don't empower your own self, coming
mm,
out to achieve greatness is not an easy task, because sometimes if you find yourself in a particular environment
mm,
and you don't really understand the vision and
mm.
your mission in life, the environment will have a strategic mindset, or it will just change your mindset, because your environment also have great impact on your destiny or your career goals.
Yes,
So
yes.
I grew up in Tachiment as a farming community. My mother is a farmer, so my father is
Mm,
also a farmer. So basically I need to become a farmer, but I told myself that if people can rise up to become effective and become global speakers, I can
mm,
also do it. It doesn't necessarily matter where I was born. So I want to put Achievement here on the roadmap, that
mm,
people in the rural areas, farming communities, whether you are watching me from northern region, whether you are from Zabzugu, whether you are from Navrungu, whether you are from Techimentia, Dema, Subriso, Akumadan, wherever you are, if you can see this video, means that your dreams are possible. Your dreams are valid. And
mm,
sometimes it depends on where you want to reach, because sometimes some
mm,
people have the drive, I want to reach here, but they don't have the tenacity. And I believe
mm,
that each and everyone have the way that they are filled with the tenacity to reach a certain level. Because there was a time I was sleeping outside. Most of the youth
mm,
will not go and sleep outside. So the more
mm,
if you know where you are going is far, what you
mm,
carry must be deep. If you know where you're going is far, that means you need to also embrace certain things in your life, that you need to persevere and you need to achieve greatness. Now people come to my comment section, Peter, tap into your blessing. Peter, you have done
mm,
well.
mm,
Sometimes when people are clapping for me, I look up back
mm,
and see the people who are clapping for me, and I tell myself
mm,
that until president kings, until people, global speakers clap for me, I'm not stopping. Because sometimes
mm,
when people clap for you, you need to look the people who are clapping for you.
mm,
So I'm not so comfortable with the clapping of people that will be tap into your blessing. It is good to tap into the blessing, but ask Peter, what is the roadmap? How are you able to reach this certain level? Because I have cried before. Some people can
mm,
see the testimony. This is the manifestation of the thing that has happened in my life, but they don't ask me, where did you start? Peter, how were you able to hold on into what the
mm,
adversity of what of life?
mm,
When you are sharing your story on people's platforms, they think
mhm.
that you just conceive the story to say. But sometimes you can see a people wearing coat, good suit, good shirt, but they
Mhm.
have wounds. They have wounds on
Oh
their
my
body.
God.
A crew atutu omo, but people don't
Mhm.
want to understand the wound that has really
Mm,
passed through. There was a
mm,
time I failed my wasi. People were laughing at me, Peter. This now, Peter that failed the wasi has able to graduate university, coming and I'm done with my masters, doing speaking on various conferences. How was
Mm.
that possible? Because of the tenacity and the drive. So I want this to be a motivation or an inspiring moment that people can believe that irrespective of your background, you can still become
Mm.
relevant. And I don't care who born you, whether your mom is dead, whether you don't have anybody, that thing has already passed. My uncle didn't pay school fees for me. If you are now dependent on people, that means you
Mm.
become like a cotton in air. So you become like a slave on people's knowledge because you don't know who you are and you
Yeah.
can't able to identify the true existence of
Yes.
your life. Yeah.
I agree. I agree. And I like the momentum for which we have started. I am even motivated myself. I'm like, oh my
Ah.
god, oh my god, I must clap for you on this. And you indeed are an inspirational and a motivational speaker. So I want to find out that how did this study abroad dream start for you? Because looking at the fact that you have been able to rise against challenges, your geographical location would have disqualified you, your family, your background, every experience that you have had in life would have automatically disqualified you. But how did you start your study abroad journey? How did Peter decide that, okay, I'm going to study abroad? How did you start that?
Okay, I would say that it is very important that association is very key in your self
Mm.
development and where you want to reach in life. If you find yourself in a circle of people who are mediocre, or you find yourself in mediocrity, like let's say people who don't really think and expand their mindset, it becomes
Mm.
very difficult for you to grow because your environment helps you to grow. So when I was in university,
Mhm.
I decided that I want to achieve greatness. And I want to see the future. In fact, I was not thinking about studying abroad.
Mm.
So I was a teaching assistant in Ken University where after school I was, because at that time I was also a hostel manager. So I was a student and a hostel manager. So the hostel was paying me. So I think that maybe after school, let me get maybe a Uber car and then do a Uber driver and maybe probably because I was not thinking of studying abroad. So there's this one friend who called Spencer. I really want to appreciate the fact that if you want to go far in life, you need to be grateful to people who hold your hands.
Mm.
You cannot achieve success in isolation. No one. And I sometimes when I go to TikTok, when I go to social media platform, people are saying that I can do it. I don't need anybody in your life. You don't know what you're
Mm.
saying.
Mm.
A person who lack quality people become like a person, like as I said, like a cotton
Mhm.
moving around the air because you don't know direction. So Spencer was a friend. He studied at we studied. So he told me that, Peter, I can see greatness in you. I can see you
Mm.
can go forward. So why don't you apply to school to come to US or Canada? I said, how is it possible? People with good grades, first class, they have a lot, so me, Peter, there, what is it? But to God be the glory, I decided to challenge the scope. And I was having one father also in the US that told me that, Peter, why don't you come and study in the US or Canada or so? Let me apply. So my friend Spencer was helping me with Kennedy and a whole lot of people. Raymond, all these people were helping me with my SOP, my CV, So I decided to develop the passion of applying to school, and then to God be the glory. I had admission and I had scholarship as well. I have scholarship in the US and I have scholarship in Canada as well. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, um, how did you decide to choose Canada over the US? Because the US is, everybody wants to go to the US. So, how did you decide that, okay, if I have admission in two universities or two countries, two well recognized countries, how did you choose Canada over the US?
Okay. Before you move to any country, it is very wise for you to sit down to analyze who you are. In as much as people are moving to other countries, that don't mean that you too should go there. Until you find your purpose in life,
Mm.
you will follow people's decision and then your
Mm.
life. I'm not saying that don't take people decision, but use it as a guiding rod that
Mm.
can able to shape and guide your action and inaction. It is very key that I know US have a lot of opportunities, very powerful in terms of economic, in terms of military, in terms of security and everything. But I decided to move to Canada because of one. I believe that Canada schools or Canada opportunities, because the funding I got in Canada was quite very, very good for me. And also,
Mhm.
in Canada, they have a holistic roadmap to getting your
Mm.
papers after school, like
Mm.
maybe permanent resident. Unlike US, most people after school they need to do another master's, another PhD. So when I analyze all the situation, because most of my friends in the US they are now looking for another master's. Me, I'm not thinking of doing another master's. Why? Because I just want to integrate into the system, build myself, build my career, build my skills. Whilst people are, looking for opportunity to stay, getting their papers and everything. So getting the permanent resident was also one of the key factor that
Mm.
I really delve into Canada. And one thing is that Canada and America, they are brothers. For now, right now, I can
Mm.
move to US. If anytime today, I can take my passport and move to US if I want. But I chose Canada because of how it's permanent resident, getting your visa, and even bringing your own family alongside, your father, your mother, your brothers alongside. I think that Canada have a lot of high immigration, soft immigration, not just soft, but at least a holistic, path for you to also
Mm.
let people come in. So that was the main decision that I used to used to come to Canada. And also, Canadian visa application, you do it online, not like US the visa, you go one on one and those kind of stuff. So I was thinking that okay, after school, let me experience Canada after school. I'll come to United States. But
Mm.
now I think Canada will be my best choice for now.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for sharing that. And if there's anyone who's watching me today and listening to Peter, he just shared that there are certain things that you need to consider before moving to a country. Right? You don't just go everywhere because everybody is doing it and everyone is going everywhere. But he was looking at how easy it is for him to integrate into the Canadian system. And I am in the US and I can say that the path after your education is not a clear path, right? Um, you might want to maybe further or do something else, just like you said. So if you're done with one master's, you see people going for two masters, three masters, a PhD, when it is not in the intention to do that, but it's because of the way the system is integrated. That's why people kind of go further with education. But he was looking at being able to integrate into the system, start a career, start a family. And Canada was the best choice because it was feasible to do that in Canada. So if you are watching me today, US is not the only place where you can go to study. You can go to Canada. And if you're looking at other things like Peter was also considering, you might want to consider Canada over the US. He said they are brothers. So he can just pick up his passport and go to US and also do vice versa. So if you're watching, this is what you need to take note of. So I want to
I
know
think I think
how.
adding to what you just said, people don't really sit down
Mhm.
to analyze who they are.
Mhm.
Because people are traveling does not mean that you shouldn't ask certain critical questions. Who I am,
Mhm.
where do I want to reach?
Mhm.
Would this country help my children?
Mm.
How is the formation of the family? How
Mm.
can you, even if you want to marry, would the person get papers? What is the future of my children? Where do I want to reach? Who are,
Mhm.
people don't analyze. They think that I'm going abroad, just taking that. No, it's not like that. A wise person is a person who analyze the decision, think about that. Any decision you are taking today will affect you in the next 10 years or 15 years.
Mhm.
So if you lack wisdom in taking basic decisions as to how country, in as much as we are preaching or we are telling people to study abroad, does not mean that any country is what you need to sit down and analyze who you are, because
Mm.
some people are making certain mistakes and now they have
Mm.
realized the mistake they have been doing. Me, I'm an international student, and sometimes I speak with most of the international students. The thing they are passing through, and some of them lack certain information. They were uninformed of what quality information. At least maybe if they have known that one, it can help them. So these are some of the things that at least people can also learn.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. As an international student, it's not easy to navigate the complexities of being an international student and being in a country that's different from your own. That's why I said that I captioned this navigating the complexities of studying abroad. So, in as much as everyone is doing it, it doesn't mean that you can also just get up and just pick your bags and just go. Sit down and critically think about how you want your future and your life to be like. So, just like you said, if you're getting married, how easy is it for your partner to get their documentations and things like that? So, please think about that. So let's move on to the application process because I know you mentioned that some friends helped you with your SOP and getting certain things. But how was the application process? And then if we can move on to the visa acquisition process to, that would be great.
Okay, the application, I think that most people find it difficult to understand the resume building, how to write their statement of purpose. And these are some of the key things that I believe that whilst you are in school, they should teach you. They should have
Mm,
a certain curriculum. And
mm,
how our education system is being developed, people are not really having the passion or the drive to attend seminars where they are even building resumes, SOP. People don't really take into consideration unless they are finished school. So
mhm,
the application process to Canada, is one of the tough way. I wouldn't say that the moment you apply to school to come to Canada, you get admission and scholarship. It's not easy. I've been saying that Canadian education system, in terms of getting scholarship and admission, is very tough, more than US. US,
mhm,
somebody can just apply and get. It is not something, but to get admission and even getting scholarship here, it's not an easy task. So the application involvement, the CV, the SOP, and you know calculating, it was very nice for me because I was applying and I just applied. Sometimes I
mhm,
need to go to YouTube to learn certain key things,
mhm,
and then because I didn't have any money to go and pay any agents to go and do certain things, because I'm just a graduate, I can type in my name, my date of birth, where do I stay? I'm staying in Kumasi. All these stuff are some of the petty things. And sometimes when you involve in activities that will stretch your mindset, it helps you to build knowledge. So I've
mm,
been telling people that invest in knowledge. So school application, as I was doing, is that I told myself that I need to invest in knowledge. I need to invest in something that can shape my mindset. That
mm,
when I learn, I can able to what transform and impact people. Now through my
mhm,
platform, a lot of people have learned how to apply for the school. I'm not an
mm,
angel. How did I know to do it? Because I invested in it.
mhm.
So the application was very good as well. Yeah, let me say that.
Yeah. So, just like you mentioned that you're not an angel, and then if you sit down to learn, what do you think about people who want people to do their application for them, write the SOP for them? There are people who are like, oh, I want you to do everything for me. What do you think about that?
I think that it is not their fault. I wouldn't say that because of the society we have grew up with. Because when we are
Mhm,
young, do it for me has become one of the things
mhm,
that
Society we have grew up
um
because when we are
so people, if you want to identify certain problems that people are facing right now, we need to find the etymology of the problem. And the etymology of the
mm,
problem is from the society. So how the society have developed that do it for me, because when we are young, me Peter, I've done that before. Do it for me, please help me. Sometimes some people can even give you your logins and your password and everything, and then you go and do it for them. So people have grew up to the extent that they don't believe in themselves. They lack confidence. They
mm,
think that if somebody do it for them, that means the person can get it for them.
mm,
It is a mindset thing.
mm,
People mindset has become so, sorry to say, archaic and primitive to the extent that they don't believe in themselves. They
mm.
believe that one thing my father told me, in fact, when I'm talking, you can see that I have confidence in myself. And sometimes
Yes,
some people see confidence as pride
yes.
because of the society we have. Because when we are young and we want to talk, your mother will be, "Hey, shut up." When I thank God that my father insist, he told me and he invested something in me. He called me
Mhm,
one day and told me that, Peter, you can become great. I believe in you.
mm,
No matter what, I want to see your future before I will die. My father, he sat me down to tell me this. And he told me that those people doing marvelous things in the world, those people doing great leaders, global speakers, investing, the gatekeepers of this world, they are human beings. That's what my
mm,
father told. They said that they are not angels. Angels are in the heaven. So, in as much as a person born by woman, that means you need to believe in yourself. So that thing really re-engineered my mindset, told myself that let me build the self-confidence because something self-efficacy,
mm,
realizing who you are and speaking out from the core of your heart.
mm,
So people are not able to delve into this school application because they don't believe in themselves. They think that if somebody comes to social media to wear tie, to build and do this and say, I'm living here, that means the person can do it. Not knowing that some people are even brilliant than them. Oh. Those
mm,
people, they are going there for the help. If they can able to know who they are, they wouldn't even go to the person. Because some
mm,
people are even far smarter than us. They are far brilliant. We can, in terms of intelligence, we are no more close to them. But why?
mm,
What is the difference? Now, people with intelligent and smart people are coming to us. That means that When you build self-confidence, you can do the visa application or the school application. People don't believe in themselves, and this is the key thing. And it's from the society that we agree, we grew up, because the society has told us that somebody can do it for you, somebody can do it for you, and that thing has become like a standing block, like a bondage. It has put people in the jaws of poverty and jaws of bondage that they don't believe in themselves. So if you want to realize in school application, you need to come out from that captivity, mental. You need to believe in yourself. Okay, I'm not saying that the moment you sit down, you are going to do it. Nobody lack. The last time a professor called me and I was teaching a professor something, and I asked the professor, me, I'm just a master student. Why are you coming to me? He said, Peter, if you want to go far in life, you need to humble yourself to knowledge and wisdom. Although I am a professor, but I needed you. Now, some professors don't even know how to do school application or maybe do a visa application. But me, one or two things. I'm not saying this as a pride, but I'm telling you that if you believe in yourself, you attract quality people to yourself. Because I was not even thinking that the professor can even come to me for help. Why? Because he needed it. So sometimes people don't believe in themselves in the school application. They are not confident enough. They think that when they do it, they are going to yield zero results. But until then, you will not grow. A person who do constant learning, falling, failing, falling, failing, falling, failing, it will give you experience. It will give you the wisdom. Okay, last year I did this. It didn't go well. What is the thing that I did? Okay, let me go to these platforms. We have quality platform. You can go there. I'm not saying that you don't need guidance. You need to, each and everyone, even if you write SOP CV, you need people to review it. You don't know. I'm not saying you can't do it or you don't need other people's help, but you need to believe in yourself that some petty things that can do. Why will you go and pay huge sum of money for somebody to do school application and visa application? Meanwhile, you can use the money to pay your school fees. To me, I think that we need to empower people to believe in themselves. So people don't believe in themselves. Even graduate, master student, whatever PhD, most of the African students, they don't believe in themselves. That's why my page is there, just to inspire people that irrespective of who you are, if a person can do it, the person have internet, you too have internet. There's nothing. And let me tell people that the school application or the school website, it is not for a particular group of people can access it. If you are in Zabzugu, if you are in Canada, United States, Azerbaijan, if you are in Lesotho, South Africa, Senegal, in as much as you have Google, you can go to any platform. It doesn't divide it into elite or classes, first class citizen, second class citizen. I am poor, I can access it. If you can sit down and you can access it, you can do it. You just need some more guidance and then it will help you. Yeah.
Yeah. I think you've hit on everything that I wanted to ask. The fact that people kind of see themselves as not being able to do certain things. So this is the mind shift that we need, and I think we need more people like you to work on the minds of people. And sometimes too, we cannot blame. We can't really put the blame on people much because it's more or less like a geographical or cultural thing. So where we find
Yeah.
ourselves, we are able to speak up, and we people tend to equate confidence with pride, just like you said. People tend to equate timidity with being humble and things like
Yeah.
that. So we are able, but it's very interesting that you have knowing where you're coming from, like in Ghana, where all these things are frowned upon. How did you develop these kind of, because all these attributes that you have right now are more like a Western kind of thing, right? And so, did you develop these mindsets and these did you have these light bulb moments when you moved out of Ghana or when you were still in Ghana? This is who you were, because I think it's very interesting that personally, all these things are like things that are like, if you travel to the US or UK, that's where you see people being able to speak up, having the confidence and things like that. But I think that it's very interesting knowing where you're coming from and the culture and the limitations in which we have. How did you develop this kind of mindset?
Okay. I think that when I was growing up, I just sat down and realized that I can become somebody great. You don't need to tell people that you are great. By your ways and the thing that you do, people will realize who you are. If you spend time to tell people that I am this, I am that, that means you don't know who you are. Don't tell people who you are. Let your words and the thing that you do, let people know that this guy can do it. So realizing that when I was a young guy, in fact, this passion grew up when I was in senior high school, where I try to, I try to help people to understand certain courses, geography, Sometimes in senior high school, I organize people to teach them mathematics, teaching in classroom whilst I was a student, teaching my colleague students and those kind of stuff. So I was building the confidence. And sometimes too, when I went to university, I was speaking on different platforms. I organized tutorials, standing in front of university students, because I believe that university students have a lot of, their qualification in education is more higher. So if you can stand in front of them, that means you are building self-confidence as well. So I read one book by Dr. Moreau, and he's a great mentor, that he told us that the greatest place that they see greatness is cemetery. People are not able to
Mm.
realize their potentials, and now they are all dead and gone because when some school, some books, some ideologies are in cemetery right now. So I told myself that let me what die empty. So if you have that mindset of dying empty, you can able to build the confidence. So when I was in Ghana, I used to speak on different platforms. And that's
Mm.
why people don't really understand that the moment people travel, that's where they are talking. If you don't know the track record of people, you can see
Yes.
certain things that is not, because you need not to judge people the moment you see people, but you
Mm.
need to find where the person is coming from before you can able to understand. Because people think that
Mm.
when I travel, that's when we are doing this. We started it
Mm.
when we are in Ghana. That's
Mm.
why sometimes I post certain videos and certain pictures for people to understand that this boy or this what this guy is doing is not just he traveled. We have been doing that because sometimes when I was in university, I used to go to villages to empower students. So some people think that that is the first place, that was the manifestation of that greatness and that speaking. I was speaking in front of JHS primary school. I started from there. Now I am speaking on international platform conferences with different people from America, US, Germany, what they're all there, and I'm speaking to them. Where did I start? I started from Techimentia, there, Subriso. These are some of the things that we have been going there. So my self-confidence came in when I believe I saw my destiny that I can become a great person. I need to
Mm.
persevere. And I need
Mhm.
to. And one thing that really motivated me and built my self-confidence is the kitchen my mom used to cook for me.
Mm.
In fact, when you come to my room, you can see the picture of the kitchen in my room. When I enter my room, it always reflect that Peter, there are certain people back home in Ghana that are
Mm.
in the same situation. Because there was a time my mother can't even cook for us because of rain. There was a time we slept without even eating. There was a time we used
Mm.
maize as a meat to eat fufu. If I've gotten this opportunity to come this place, why don't I use the platform to empower other people? That if
Mm.
I'm able to do certain things, you too can do it. There was a time
Mm.
I was going to burn somebody's house because I didn't know how to even use gas.
Mm.
I didn't know how to use gas because the cement here I was using firewood. And one person told me that, oh, Peter, can you cook rice for me? When I go there, I didn't know how to even use gas. I wanted to burn the house self. So sometimes, but my kitchen in Ghana, the place where my mother used to cook for me, it is one
Mhm.
of my inspiration. And
Mm.
always when I remember that, and I told me that, hey, if people are clapping for you, tell them thank you and still move forward. So me,
Move
when people
forward.
are clapping for me, you have done well, you have done well. I just say thank you very much, and I move well because we have not reached where we want to reach. We need to
Mm.
touch the people's life. We want the world to see our greatness.
Mm.
We want people from people from local regions to empower them because I believe that
Mm.
people have potentials. So if you have seen the light, be the light to other people as well. Yeah.
Thank you. If you have seen the light, be the light to other people. Thank you for this final submission. So, circling back to the Canadian process, because that's what most people want to know about. Um, what is the application process like, and then the student visa acquisition process? Because I know you mentioned that unlike the United States, where you go for an interview, the Canadian system is quite different. So, can you explain? So, let's say you've gotten your admission right from the university. Let's start from there.
Okay. In fact, in terms of Canadian or immigration system, Canadian schools or Canadian immigration, the requirement is different, unlike the US. Of course, it is the same thing. The US, you go for the interview, but Canada, you are prepared that you're going to write or answer the question. So why are you coming to Canada?
Mhm.
We call something letter of explanation. A letter of explanation was one of the key document that is the heart of the application. And this
Mm,
one, you tell them why you are coming here. Because sometimes when you go for interview, the visa officer in the US can ask you, why are you going to US? So in Canada too, they will ask you, why are you coming to Canada? Why is it that Ghana, they are doing masters there at Legon Care University, the same program? So why do you want to come here? So you need want to articulate ideas and the thing that the benefit that you're going to get, your career goes blending it with what? Some prospects.
mm,
So in Canadian application, you might need bank statement. And this
mm,
is one of the key things. The bank statement might be what? Authentic. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you need to go and bring $30 million that they are going to give you the visa. Because
mm,
$30 million, they can reject your visa based that you don't have sufficient money. How can
mm,
$30 billion be insufficient money? In the normal sense of each and every person in this world, if you tell me that $30 billion is insufficient or you don't have financial capabilities, you will tell me that I don't know what I'm telling you. That is the
mm,
fact. Some people think that in Canadian visa application, you are going to bring huge sum of money. $10 million, 10 million Ghana cedis. Yes, so their
mhm,
visa is going to reject it. And they tell them that you don't have any financial muscles to come here. The reason is that in Canada system, they not necessarily mean the amount of money in the bank account. They want to look at the inflow and the outflow of the money,
mm,
how the future of the money will be.
mm,
Okay, you bring 10 million. This 10 million for the past 2 years, no money has gone from this bank account.
mhm,
Although 10 million is in the bank account, so it's a red flag. We call something outlier.
mm,
So some people too, the mistake they do in the visa application is that they deposit money in their bank account when probably they are coming to apply for their Canadian visa.
mm,
So it is a red flag because they will tell you that bring at least 4 month bank statement.
mm,
So if you start to build your account 4 months, it means that it's because of the visa. That's the reason why you have built it 4 months because they want to know the previous. Although you have built a 4 month, maybe you started from January, February, March, April, May. Let's go and see what happened in October, last year, November, December. People don't realize that. So sometimes it becomes very key. And I know that sometimes bank statement and a whole lot of things is very, very difficult. That's why I've been telling people that if you're in school and right now you are watching me, invest in knowledge, sit down and read. The best
mhm,
way for you to come abroad is through scholarship. If a
mm.
white person can even pay your school fees, in fact, when you are there, they will send you a PDF for you to sign. This is the money. It is very easy like that. Sometimes you, even when you see it, like, you don't feel like. And I say, hey, you want this money? The best feeling is to use scholarship. In fact, the best
Mm,
thing in abroad is to use scholarship. So Canadian scholarship is getting scholarship in Canada is not something easy like US. They can um and also in the visa application, one of the ways that they can able to reject your visa in the visa application is something we call the home ties. I know US also have home ties. The home ties
yes.
simply means that what will bring you back to Ghana. So in
Mm,
Canada too, they have it. What will bring you back to Ghana? The only changes that is from US and Canada is that US is interview and Canada is paper.
mm,
I know that
mm,
when you're going for interview, people use bank statements. So in US, same thing. In Canada, same thing. So why will you come back in Ghana?
mhm,
Some people don't able to establish the fact that they will come
mhm.
back to Ghana. And
Yeah.
one thing I've realized here is that most of these people, they want volunteerism, they
Mhm,
want leadership skills, they want you to impart, they want to see how your career can able to shape the mindset or the people, the lives of your people as well. So
mm.
some people, because when you come here, most of our job acquisition are through volunteerism. In Ghana, well, for you to volunteer, people even need money. So sometimes you can use volunteerism or maybe the work you have been doing as your home ties. If you have any properties, it may be a car or houses or wife or you have family ties, you can use it to do it. But most times people focus that if you have a wife in Ghana, that means, or you have mother in Ghana, that means it is home ties. Somebody is in Canada or US, his mother is in Ghana. So what point are you making? So they want to see that your education is going to help the community that you are coming from achieve
Mhm,
your career goals and build a holistic roadmap for your future prospects. And this is the key thing. Don't come and tell me that my mother is in Ghana as well after school. I'm going back. It doesn't, because you're not here for family education. You are
mm,
here to acquire knowledge for yourself. And this is some of
mm.
the things that people lack. I know somebody, I read one of the letter of explanation. I want to go back to Ghana because my sister and my mother is in Ghana. If your sister is in Ghana, so what is it? I'll go back to Ghana because of your sister. It doesn't really make sense. Why people don't really talk about their career goals, what will help them, their future. and they think they can want to use the knowledge back home to transform and impact
Mhm.
lives as well. So I
Mhm.
believe that that is a visa application. And in Canada, visa application is it's not really difficult. Let me say that. Just that you write sponsorship letters, you need to blend certain documents, your educational, police report, all these are some of the key things that you need to do in a visa application. And one thing is that if you have scholarship, it really reduce your burden of you coming here. And
Mhm.
also, one reason why people, in terms of the visa acquisition, is also that people don't realize that the impact of the education on their life.
Mhm.
They don't just, you can't just tell me that you're coming to Canada to study. To study to do what? You need to tell them why you want to study, giving practicals. In fact, when I was writing my SOP, I wrote only one page. Some people write 5 pages. Me, I wrote one page. If you know me, sometimes, you know, one thing that can really help people in their visa application is through social media. People don't
Mhm.
know. They think that when we post certain things, we are posting it for fun. Yeah, I'm posting something because of my immigration things. Any visa officer that I will send my LinkedIn or my Facebook link to
Mhm.
bring it on the paper or on the distance, you click on it and you go to your LinkedIn, you will see that this guy, no, there's something in this guy. Sometimes,
Mhm.
if you believe in yourself, you challenge people.
Yeah.
That is why I think Elijah, when he met the is it the Basa or something, when he met those people with, they said, demonstrate the power of God in your life. He said, bring firewood, put water on it. I will command water, fire from heaven to
Fire.
burn this one.
Mhm.
Sometimes, if you know who you are, you need not to explain. Show people with the evidence.
Mhm.
So when I was applying for my visa, I brought all my LinkedIn and my Facebook page inside. Correct. The office officer, go there and verify who Peter is. If I come to Canada and I'm going to help you, you give it to me. So social media one way can also another way that we can able to help people with the acquisition. So these are some of the things that people can need
Mhm.
with their Canadian visa as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So, just to kind of summarize everything, they need to have a good statement of purpose, show clear home ties to their home country. Having a family or having a spouse is not enough. What is the impact of the education that you're going to have?
Mm-hmm.
More people. Also, social media kind of helps with people, visa officers being able to know who you are. So, with the issue of social media, you know how social media sometimes people have very funny things on their social media. They're just posting, like how do you think that's gonna affect them if they put that? And if
Yeah,
they have such account, should they include that in the letter?
of course. Me, I believe that if you include it in the letter, I think that it is the best. Sometimes you let people know who you are because you are just writing it. Why don't you show the evidence?
Mm,
Uh-huh. Why don't you show the evidence? So I believe that it is one of the key things that people don't really know. If you believe
mm,
that you can able to change it, or if you believe that you can able to bring these things inside, why not? You can put it in there. You can go there and
mm,
verify the thing that you have been doing for the society, the impact you are
mm,
creating over there, and it even is a plus. Okay, this person is
mm,
using his social media platform to empower
mm,
and also
mm,
inspire the world. So let him come and get more knowledge, deepen his
mhm.
skills,
Go
cross
back.
pollinate ideas, and go back and build the country. It makes sense with that.
Mm, mm.
Yeah,
So the advice is that if you have a social media account, don't just post things about yourself. Just
yeah.
show
Some people don't even
things
share.
that are,
Some people don't even share pages that are even empowering other people. If you can't do it, why don't you support other people? We are not
yes.
here to we are not here to compete ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't you share it so that it can even help you out?
Mm, yeah.
When you go to, some people are sharing irrelevant stuff, insulting. I will curse you. I will kill all these irrelevant thing on their page. Why don't you post certain thing that can really help other people?
Mm, mm.
So this is
So
the
in
time. Mhm,
Go
I'm
ahead.
listening.
Please go ahead.
So maybe I have. Sometimes I just want people to understand that. I know that sometimes when you talk, some people say this guy here is not because this guy, because people don't even believe where we are talking about, and they think that
Mm,
the moment you rise, oh, this guy, that me, I always tell myself that I need to humble myself to knowledge, but to
mm,
speak truth to the core of
mm,
humanity. Yeah, that is
mm.
it.
So thank you for talking about sharing social media platforms. On that note, if you're watching and you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. Please make sure you follow Peter on his channel as well. And I usually see most things before we even agree to talk. I see some of the things on LinkedIn that you post, and I repost, and I because I believe that you're doing a good work, and so that's the only way that we can also make ourselves very impactful to other people. So sharing social media platforms, and if you see someone who is kind of doing something very good, you can also share and help the person. So in terms of write the letter, if you are including your social media handles and things like that, what do you have to do? Do you have to just mention or put your profile name or whatever in the letter that you would send to the immigration?
Okay, so you can make it a dear visa officer. I believe that social media platform is one of the powerful tools of changing lives and also impacting, transforming our society. I grew up
Mm,
from a village as a young guy, but I realized that I have a great passion of changing and impacting, transforming lives in my locality. I built this social media platform to educate, inform, empower people to believe in themselves that irrespective of who they are, they can still become relevant to our society. I talk about networking, I talk about leadership skills, I talk about building strategic relationship with people. I believe
mm,
that studying in Canada will help me to what broaden my scope, give me more knowledge, in-depth understanding about how I can able to become more effective, resourceful, and impactful in my society. I have copied my or attached is my the link to my social media platform. I want you to verify the things I've done previously
mm,
and know the future, the reason why I want to come to Canada. I believe that
mm,
Canadian education will help me to understand more scope of how to use social media platforms to empower other people. And I also building myself in leadership, building myself in communication skills, interpersonal relationship, team building, so that can able to help me to achieve my career goals and become very impactful. I want to be resourceful. I want to be a pillar, an inspirational person to other people so that they can. So, you bring all these stuff. I believe that if a visa officer, you are reading, you are saying all this stuff, it really go deep. Is at the heart of the visa officer that, okay, this guy, let me go there and visit the page and see what
mhm.
he's saying. The moment you click it and go and say, you say, oh, okay, this guy know what he wants.
Yeah,
I hope we get it.
yeah,
So that
yeah,
is how the social media, even when you're applying for your US visa, they will ask you your social media platforms.
yes,
And
yes. That's
it is key. Yeah.
yeah. So on that note, don't use your social media platform for things that are not relevant, right? Because you don't know who's watching, you don't know how your social media platform might be helpful for you in any process or any journey that you're about to take. And also make sure that you this is a free tip that Peter just shared off his head. Like he just wrote a letter off his head in 2 minutes right now. So if you really want to know or have a sample of it, please send him a message and he will help you draft
In
a
fact,
letter.
do you know something? Right now, yesterday I was there, I had an email or a message
Mm-hmm.
from I think Ghana embassy at I think Edmonton, Alberta.
Mm.
And they are inviting me to come and speak with ambassadors, dignities, and those kind of. Where did they see me?
Congrats,
Where did they?
congrats.
They are going to book flight for me, my hotel, and I was like, hey, why this guy? Hey, now there, you are going international. In fact, I'll
Yeah.
be speaking to New York in July. I'll be
Mm.
coming to US to speak.
Oh.
Building your social media platform, you connect with productive people. Let people know who you are.
Mm. I
What?
think um I think networking in Ghana is not really something that people are used to, right? Because people don't even know how to network. Like when you meet somebody and you want to know who the person, people are. I don't know the culture. People are shy. They're not able to network with people. So, what do you think would be a good tip for people to network in order for these skills to be essential when they need to apply for visas and maybe when they need to do something else in life? What
Oh,
would you?
if you don't have people in your life, if you not just people, if you don't have quality people in your life will become like I don't know how to say. A person who have great men in their life will become great. If you want to go far in life, build strong connection with people. If you're watching me and you don't have any friend that you can call today to give you 10,000 Ghana cedis, I bet you, if you're from your 25 years, 26, 27 years, you need to sit down and realize your life that you don't have good network. If all your friends that you are working with, they are poor and they have poor mindset, it will not help you. People are not able to
Mm,
build network because they feel that they don't want to humble themselves to the knowledge and the wisdom of people.
mm,
Jesus Christ was 12 years old. Pharisee people were 93 years, 87, but they were going to Jesus Christ 12 years to seek knowledge.
mm,
How can 98 years old man go to Jesus Christ who is 12 years to seek knowledge? So
Mm.
in terms of education and wisdom, wisdom go beyond education. But when you realize that you need wisdom and knowledge from people, you need to humble yourself. Humility is the one that is killing people not to build network, because they believe that why should I go to this person? So I believe that if you want to build network, you need to humble yourself to the knowledge and the core on the person. Whether you are grown up with the person, you need something from the person. Humble
Mm-hmm.
yourself. Humility will help you. Pride always kill destiny.
Mm.
The reason is that another two is that networking are not being taught in our educational system. When we are doing
Yeah.
networking, we are doing something that we are going for jams, we are going to networking event. We all seduce everything to jamming. You could choose so. But I believe that networking go beyond that. This one we are talking about productive networking. We are not just talking about networking of having fun and go. You can
Mm-hmm.
have fun, but you'll be lacking in what knowledge. Why don't
Mm-hmm.
we build strategic networking that CEOs, people who are able to done well, the dominant people, political leaders, gatekeepers, these
Mm-hmm.
people with different ideas and perspective, thinking about the future in the next 10 years. This is where we want to reach, we want to make Africa great. This is where we want to reach in life. This is where we want to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Our school system, most of the schools will not. If you see that we are going to do networking, it is we are going to swim, we are going to do swimming, or we are going to jumps. We don't really invest the money on what acquisition of skills,
Mm.
knowledge, things that can help the person. Because now, even if you bring networking, you will see only two people over there. They will not come. Why? Because the society has corrupted the mindset of people not to believe in themselves to build network. But they didn't know that networking here in Canada, you're in North America. If you don't go to networking in those countries to meet people, I'm able to secure. Last time I was in Toronto, the last 3 days, I'm able to build strategic network with people. Peter, can you
Mm.
come and talk on my? I'm doing a program. Can you come, Peter? How do you do it? I'm building connection, building
Mm-hmm.
connection. And when people read your article, say, "Oh, okay, that's nice." But we people don't also do that. And
Yeah.
also, people also don't know how to send messages to people. They feel
Mm.
so entitled. You can't tell me you can't. It's not because you have pride, but you learn. There was a lady who tested me on TikTok. Hi, please. No, no, please. Hi, help me apply to school. You want me to reply to this message? It's not because pride. You don't even greet. No introduction. Go straight. Hi, apply school for me. My father is not a vice chancellor. Our approach in networking is one of the ways that
Mm.
is killing people, blocking people relationships.
Mm.
Hi, Peter. Thank you very much for connecting. In fact, I really love the thing that you have been doing to our society.
Mm.
I've learned a lot from you, reading some of the comments. I can see you're a great leader. Thank you. And I'm praying that God will lift you higher. Notwithstanding, I'm also a graduate student. In fact, I want to also learn more about graduate school. Is there anything that
Mm-hmm.
you can do to help me, Peter? In fact, I am willing to unlearn, relearn, and learn from you. I believe you can able to help me to what achieve greatness and also empower me. I've seen the testimonies and what people have been saying. I want to be part of you, and I believe it will help me. Thank you very much. Who
Yeah.
sensible man in this world will read this message and will not reply?
Mm-hmm.
So the approach in networking, people don't really know. And some people don't know how to dress. Going
Mm.
to networking program with Charlie, going to networking program with a lot shirt, no iron, anything, jeans, chain, capo, sometimes how you are dressed by how you dress. So
Mm-hmm.
some people don't also know how to dress in terms of even going to networking programs, because
Mm.
they can see you are dressing and say that you don't even know what. So these are some of the things that people can able to learn, and then don't feel
Yeah.
so entitled to people. If you test
Mm-hmm.
somebody and the person is not replying, just wait. Patience is key. Some
Mm.
people think that we are helping a lot of people, that we should wake up, dress, and come to social media and sit here. So Peter is helping people. So every day I should come and I'm here. Okay, please bring help. Me, I don't have any family. I will not give birth. Don't have any time to build relationship with my father. I don't have time for my girlfriend. I don't have anything. So I should come and sit social media, help every. Meanwhile, you are going to your work to get money to eat. So who is going to pay my rent? $800 every month. Should I pray to God? Some people don't also take in consideration how you can able to help you. My mental faculty is also very important. In fact,
Mm.
if you want to help other people, help yourself first.
Mm.
You can't pour from an empty cup.
Yes.
So if you don't take care, you are helping people, but you are killing yourself. So help yourself
Yeah.
first before you can transform the lives of people. Thank you.
Yeah. So let's go back to. Thank you for that submission. Let's circle back to the school process. Are there some specific schools in Canada that you can recommend to people or like talk about when it comes to certain fields of study? And if yeah, that's the question.
Okay. In fact, I Canadian has a lot of schools. It all depends on the person to navigate through which school is good for it, for them. Some people are looking for just admission. Their parents have money. Some people are also from poor background. Without scholarship, they cannot travel. So if you are looking at this, you need to look for universities. We have a lot of thousands of universities that is in Canada that you can apply. York University, University of Toronto, University of Ottawa, Gulf University. All these stuffs are University of Ottawa, Queen's University, University of Saskatchewan, Prince Edward Island. All these schools are very good in terms of funding and a whole lot of things. But I believe that it is the person to navigate through where they want to go and where they want to reach. In fact, when you come with master student in Canada,
Mm-hmm.
1 year program, you will get 3 years work permit. If you
Mm-hmm.
come and do 1 year master's program in Canada after school, you will get 3 years to stay in Canada and work. And when you are staying and you are working, you apply for your permanent resident. So there's a clear path for those people coming for masters and PhD students. Whilst if you come here and study a college for 1 year, you will get only 1 year work permit. If you come here to study 2 years college, you will get 3 years postgraduate work permit. So people need to navigate through. There are certain schools that are giving scholarship. The Wosia University, St. Mary's, University of Manitoba. There are a lot of schools that are giving scholarship with people as well.
Okay, so thank you for sharing that. If you're looking to apply for schools in Canada, he has shared a few schools, and it all depends on you and what you want to do, and also getting ready to navigate the website and other information that you think that will be helpful for you. So, as a student, can you describe your you just completed your masters, right? Can you describe your overall student experience? So, as someone who had their undergraduate education in Ghana and comparing it to the education system in Canada, what is the difference between the two, if there are any?
In fact, I will recommend that most professors in Ghana are also doing their best. The lecturers, I've worked with lecturers, doctors who have studied abroad. Some of the lecturers want to use the educational system abroad to teach some of the students, especially giving them assignment, plagiarism, and a whole lot of things, research and those kind of stuff. But I think that in Canada they have rigorous research system,
Mm-hmm.
and if you don't take care, you'll be a last person. In fact, I know a lady who had a full scholarship to come to Canada. Now the school have even sacked her.
Mm-hmm.
The fact is that if you come here and you perform poor, they will sack you because any scholarship come with a certain criteria.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in school, they told me that my CWA should be at least 80. That's first class. Let's say if you bring it to Ghana this thing. So if you score below this one, that means you are not going to get. So any scholarship the school will give it to you, it comes with certain requirement that you need to meet. Sometimes in US you need to get 3.0. So
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying is that in terms of education system in Ghana and Canada here, Canada education system will make you, they give more room for students to develop themselves.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I realized that in Ghana, when I was there, we just do exams, midterm. But here, most of the courses that you're going to do, it is the combination of your presentation, class attendance, answering question, discussion, round discussion,
Mm-hmm.
assignment. You will do research. So the
Mm-hmm.
combination of small marks will come out. So when the time catches, your exam that you are going to write it is only 20%. All the
Mm-hmm.
80% are found in the classroom. So they try
Mm-hmm.
to build students in classroom rather than giving them just assignment and people just copy and then they paste. And one thing is that most of the Canadian schools, or in terms of Canada schools, will also help you to develop certain skills and ideology for your own self. I'm not saying Ghana doesn't help you to do that, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
believing that these professors here, in terms of how they can able to communicate with students, they have time for each and every student. Because sometimes if a lecturer is teaching 300 students in Ghana, 400 students, how
Mm-hmm.
can each student get access to the person? So the
Yeah.
ratio of the teacher, the
Most
lecturers or the
students.
faculty members in here and ratio in the, because when I was in tech, I was teaching over 120 students, one class.
Mm,
So 120, 1,200 students. How can 1,200 students get access to the lecturer? But here,
mhm,
my class, we are only 11. So the
mhm,
lecturer can know each and every one performances, give recommendation, give assessment based on the involvement of the student. I think that these are some of the things that really have it here. And also, one thing I realized is that here you can't just get in touch with your lecturers or faculty members, unlike Ghana that you can get your
mhm,
lecturer number or you can call them and do. No, here everything is through emailing. It's kind of, they have regulation govern the action and inaction of faculty members in terms
mhm,
of sexual harassment and search for marks. And they have that strategic thing that really help you, because sometimes you have institutional email. If you use institutional email to send email, they can track it. And
mhm.
all these are some of the things that we have seen that it is different from Ghana. Let me say that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that the things that you're talking about are things that people can even put into their SOPs to why they want to choose or study in Canada, right? Because
Of course.
the student teacher ratio is manageable. You can have access to the lecturer
That is a good
and
point.
yes. So if you are looking to study and looking add more details to your statement of purpose and enrich your or improve your chances of being approved. You can talk about all these personalized things. That way, they know that you're not just looking to travel to Canada or just looking to come to the school, but you know what you want, and so they can be able to work with that. So, thank you for sharing that. Um, so when it comes to scholarship and stuff like that, once you are giving the scholarship, do you have any amount to pay as like an individual? So let's say maybe you are your scholarship is covering 60% or 9%. You as students have some fund allocated to you for you to cater for yourself in Canada.
Of course. They have something we call the living expenses. The living
Mm,
expenses is 20,635. And
mm,
this is a standard money that the Canadian government is really requiring. I know some people can use scholarship in terms of that. If your scholarship is fully funded, if it is not
mm,
funded, you may need, even if you have full scholarship, it is very wise to add bank statement
mhm,
to it
mhm,
so that you can make a point or a claim. Dear office officer, I'm a fully funded applicant. In fact, the
mm,
university have given me full scholarship, which covers my tuition, my
mhm,
stipend, and even my health insurance or something like that, any benefit they have added. Notwithstanding, I've also made a deliberate conscious effort
mm,
to add my bank statement to it, because I know that I can't really predict what will happen in future. But as a wise
mm,
person, I've added the bank statement to it so that if anything comes up, I can able to what fulfill my this without any determined or being disturbed or having any emotional trauma, because I want to be
mhm,
focused on my education and so that I can able to build my career upon that. Apart from that,
mhm,
I believe that school go beyond classrooms, education go beyond classrooms. I want to attend seminars, empowerment programs, initiatives. I want to
mhm,
attend conferences in the US. If you are coming for a mechanical engineering school, we have a lot of conferences in the US, Canada, any places.
mm,
This money that you are provided with a bank statement will allow you to also apply and also involve yourself in any other extra curriculum activities that can really shape, guide you, and also build strategic relationship with people. Have you seen the point?
mhm,
Although you have gotten, because sometimes the full scholarship will not give you any opportunity to go to attend seminars
mm,
because they are not covered with that one unless you use your stipend. So what is the
mhm,
bank statement here? The bank statement here is that you want to also use it to apply for other conferences. In fact,
mhm,
we have even yesterday I have a conference in South Africa that
mm,
when you apply, they will take any flight 3 days. I'm just filling the forms. It is free. You know,
mm,
they have young leaders in Germany. You just apply. So when you are going,
mhm,
you can be able to mention some of the conferences in Canada and US that you want to attend, that you want to use the
mhm,
bank statement to attend. Although you are on full scholarship, but you have also make a deliberate conscious effort to save money for your future, to build you other extra curriculum outside the school. Have you
mhm.
seen the point? So this
Yeah.
is it. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's very helpful that you shared that. Yeah, it's wise to add your own personal statement just to improve your case of being and your options of being approved, because sometimes you don't know what's going to happen. Sometimes they even anticipate that you might get certain challenges, and so attaching your own bank statement is very important. So I think I want to ask that, what do you in Canada do for in return for your scholarship? Do you people teach? Do you, because I know in some countries, if you are being awarded a scholarship, you have to do something in return for your school. But is that the case also in Canada?
Yeah, it's true. So here we have the same thing: research assistant, graduate
Mm-hmm.
assistant, teaching assistant. I was a teaching assistant and also a research assistant. So it's the same thing. You go to class with lecturers, you mark, you organize tutorials, you tutor other students, you engage students and those kind of things. So see, there's some of the ways that your scholarship you do it. Unlike UK, that maybe probably they give you scholarship and then they will pay for everything without you engaging in any professor or something like that. Most schools in US, Canada here, let me say that it comes with research assistant. They wouldn't give you any money for you to come and stay here without you helping a faculty member or just coming here. At least you are in office helping other people to also develop themselves. So you work and then it will cover your tuition fee and maybe give you a stipend and something like that. Yeah.
So let's talk about internships. Is it easy to find internship opportunities in Canada? And if yes, how? If no, what do you think people
I
should
did
do? If,
Personally, I did internship just to gain the Canadian experience because most of the work here will tell you to bring internship. Canada, they
mm,
call it co-op. Co-op simply means that co-op is different from internship.
mm,
Co-op simply means that your program that you're coming to do, work is also part. For example,
mm,
somebody is coming to do mechanical engineering. They will tell you that 1 year in classroom, 1 year in practical field. And all
mm,
these stuff amount to your credit hours and they are going to mark you because they will give you paper to fill and those kind of stuff. And
mm,
the internship, sometimes you need to find your internship, especially in summer. There are
mm,
thousands of summer internship, paid one, summer in
mm,
Toronto. So I would advise most of the students coming from Canada watching me right now that if you come, don't just necessarily focusing on getting the money, but focusing on building who you are and building network.
mhm,
Because after
mhm,
school, the money that you are looking for maybe probably will not help you. Because if you get three people who are productive can help you after school, that is very important than just to look for just money. Because if
mhm,
you don't take care, you will be looking for the money, and after school, you are not able, you don't have anybody in your network to link you to
mm,
quality people and everything. I'm not saying that me, I've able to build connection with a lot of people on LinkedIn,
mm,
productive people as well. If I have any challenges, I call them. Even sometimes they even give me contract and research opportunities for me to do so that I can able to get 500, $300 just to eat. At least it is helping me as well. So basically that is it. Yeah.
mm.
So
Thank you.
internship is very key for
Mhm,
for for your development. In fact, when I was in Ghana, I used to do internship, so I know how internship built me. It is through an internship that I was able to build connection with most people in Ghana, and yeah, that is it. So internship is very key.
mm. Thank you for sharing that. So when it comes to living expenses, what do you think it is like? How is it like? Is it expensive to in terms of accommodation? Like just living in Canada, what is your experience? What has been your experience with that?
To me, basically, I wouldn't say it is expensive, and I wouldn't say it is very cheap. The fact is that you need to know the school and the province that you are going.
Mm,
If you are staying in Accra in Ghana, you know that rent in Accra is different from rent in Kumasi.
mm-hmm,
So if you're coming, you need to know that okay, I'm going to stay in Accra. So what is Accra rent? This one
mm,
you don't need any pastor to tell you, or me Peter shouldn't come and tell you because it's very expensive. Some people wonder when I come, I need flat, 1 bedroom and flat and kitchen like we living in Ghana. If you bring that ideology here, I don't think you can survive because you'll be living fake life whilst you are draining inside you.
mm-hmm,
So living abroad basically is very expensive. Let me say that
mm,
because rent is very
mm-hmm,
expensive. Sometimes you pay $800, $900, at least 600, $700. Me, I always thank God that when I came to Canada, I met a good landlord. I met good people. Hobby. I met these people and Bismarck, they helped me a lot. So my landlord, when I was staying with the house, I told him, the landlord, I can't just be paying rent and the whole of stuff. Is there any work that you can give it to me in the house that I can do so that you can able to cut off? Sometimes you need to move away from your comfort zone.
mm,
And my landlord told me that Peter, I stay in the house for the past 6 months. He didn't ask me 1 month money. You are in the US. Which landlord in US will let you come and stay in the house for 6 months without paying it? So if you are wise enough and every month you are paying $500 for 6 months, three
Mhm.
times six is what? $3,000. I was able, if you are save $3,000, it's not money. I
Mhm.
stay in somebody's house for 6 months without taking any money. What work were you doing? I was, when I wake up, I'll be cleaning.
Mhm.
That money, that the work I was doing in the house will not amount to that $500, because somebody can use
Mhm.
only one hour to clean the whole house and mop, just
Yeah.
$22 or $20. So sometimes you need wisdom. So generally, living here, I wouldn't say it is cheap and I wouldn't say it is expensive. Sometimes it depends on the province that you are staying in and the city,
Mhm.
and it depends on the person. Somebody will come, they will tell you that two in a room. Maybe you are from Ankara, you are from Kwada. He said, no, me, I want to only sleep. It is good that you want to sleep, but you have the money. So sometimes you don't need anything to tell you. You need to use the application of wisdom to understand
Mm.
the S. Some people also, when they come here, they want to let people know that they have traveled,
Mhm.
buying expensive things.
Mm.
Sometimes I've been telling people life have seasons. Peter, you are watching me right now. You see the picture. 10 years to come, people will come and see, this guy, because things will change.
Mhm.
Some people like these things. And when they come here, if you want to live expensive life, it will be expensive in Canada for you. Basically, let me say
Mm.
that. I think that one is okay.
Mhm.
Some people are here dating three girls. So this person, if you are talking to this person, wouldn't say that here is expensive, because every week he's sending $200 to one girlfriend, $200. So every week $600 is going for a lady. So this person, if you're asking this person, or if you're asking, he will tell you that here is expensive. But why don't you ask
Yeah.
him that? What are some of the things that you are
What are
doing that
you
is making
doing?
it expensive?
Yes.
I don't, I don't know if I'm making sense.
You
Some
are
people
making
come
a lot
here,
of sense.
people come here, they are buying shirts, shoes, iPhones, just to show off
Mhm.
that they have traveled. Taking picture in abroad does not mean that you are okay.
Mhm.
In fact, living fake life is very expensive. I hope what I
You are
hope you get
making
what
me
I'm
so.
saying. So sometimes you need to know who you are. Live around what your own
Your
expenses and
me.
the money that is
Mhm.
coming. I know that when I go and take three girlfriend, I wouldn't succeed here because pressure they
Mhm.
top. Here they have mental psychology things. That's why this place they only take care in health, mental health. Any school that you go, you see mental health. Why are they focusing on it? Because they know that people are passing through a lot of things. Sometimes
Yeah.
you can pass through emotional trauma, and this place nobody really cares about you. Let me tell people that.
Mm.
I know
Mm.
it will hurt you, but that is the truth. Nobody
Mm.
really cares.
Yes.
It is not like Ghana that when you wake up and you are on the street, somebody can meet you and say, take $200, take 300,
Mhm.
or dash you. This place, if somebody give you $10, the person will take this place. I don't know why people don't give money abroad. I'm telling you. So if you are passing through a lot, you are passing through you and your God. That's why I always tell people that when you travel and come abroad and you meet people that can even give you $50, be grateful to them.
Mm.
If you travel abroad and somebody let you come and sleep in his house just one day, do not insult the person or do not
Mhm.
say any bad thing because he was there to help you. This place,
Mhm.
nobody will come and tell you, come and sleep, come to my house and stay with me. So sometimes, if a person is telling you that international student is telling you that it is expensive, of course,
Mm.
maybe probably the school he's going is very expensive. The person
Mm.
didn't know any information about the school.
Mhm.
Maybe the person also didn't research about the province he's going, maybe
Mhm.
the community is going to stay. And some too, it is from the person's own situation. Because some
Mhm.
people want to show off. They want people to see that they have traveled,
Yeah.
taking slow, taking you will take the picture, but you go to your room and you cry. So
Oh
outside
my
gentility,
God.
home cry.
Mhm. So.
So me, Peter, when I came here, I told myself that what is the future?
Mhm.
If I get $200, can I save some? Should I be involving myself in irrelevant things, going to party? I'm not saying don't take fun. Having
Mhm.
fun without wisdom will cause a detrimental thing, because me, I remember where I'm coming from. In fact, the reason why people they become very expensive to them is that they forgot where they are coming from. And when they
Mhm.
come here, they go and take association,
Mhm.
bad association, buying this competition. Me, I don't have any competition. I'm wearing this fugu. Peter, I'm talking. Peter, I'm talking. Yeah, I'm not talking from the fugu. I'm talking from my mindset.
Oh
So me,
my
I'm,
God, Peter, you're so
I'm
funny. Yes, I
so
agree.
so there's no pressure on me. I'm not going for any competition.
Mm-hmm,
That my friend have a car, I need to also get a car. There's time for
mm-hmm,
everything. Don't put pressure on yourself. Some people put their
mm-hmm,
pressure on themselves. They want people to see
mm-hmm.
that they have traveled. Me, I believe that it is irrelevant. If
Yeah.
you if you practice that behavior,
Mm-hmm,
it will be like a blade that you use
mm-hmm,
to cut your own tongue. The
mm-hmm,
blood will come inside, it will flow inside your own self. So you cut your own blood and it flow inside your own self.
mm-hmm,
So I wouldn't say that expensive. Of course, generally, if you're coming abroad, you need to prepare. You need to have your rent. You need to have the food that you're coming to do, the place that you're going to stay. You
mm-hmm,
know. In fact, when I came here, there was this Ghanaian guy who was also a Canadian, and this guy was helping me.
mm-hmm,
He was using certain things to help me as well, and then he will bring kunkunte, jollof, and Peter too. That guy doesn't like eating all these stuffs. So tell it, if you bring it, yeah, why not? You brought contumely, you brought this one. Me too. I'm here, master. So sometimes you use wisdom to navigate things through because I'll go and spend $100 for this. Why don't I? So that he say, "Oh, Peter, take it." I say, "Oh, wallahi, God, I thank you very much. You brought all this
mm-hmm,
stuff for me. Nyaduabo mu, kontomire." Bro, you just cook your rice, you just eat and you go, without you spending unnecessary.
mm-hmm.
So me, I believe that financial wisdom is also very key. That doesn't necessarily
Yeah.
mean because, but living abroad, living in Canada generally is quite expensive. But I believe that
Mm-hmm.
if you can able to save through, people are able to come here and they are able to save through. So you too can able to save through. Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. Is my video paused? I
Yeah,
think.
your video is not here.
Oh my God, my network. Sorry about that. Let me. Oh.
So it is very key that I need to give this information to each and everyone. If you want to come and study abroad, what I want you to do is that when you come, don't compare yourself with anyone. Understand who you are, understand your own purpose, move forward. Sometimes when you come here and you see some of the people doing marvelous things here and those kind of stuff, please don't put pressure on yourself, okay?
Mhm,
Just understand who you are. Take your time. Take your time to develop yourself. If you put a
mhm,
maze on a hot fire, the maze will burn.
mhm,
But if you put some of the distance out to make the fire come down, you can able to what maneuver the maze to make it nice and eatable.
mhm,
So
mhm,
don't come here. Me, Peter, when I came here, I didn't compare my life to people because if you want to live expensive, like Canada will become very, very expensive for you.
mhm,
You can't come here and say you want a house of $1,200. My brother, do you have that money? Somebody is staying at Toronto. Me, Peter, why should I go and compare myself with somebody staying in Toronto? I don't have the money. Even if I had the money, I won't do it. The thing is that I wake up. You wake up in the morning. The person also wake up in the morning. Sometimes it is not you being stingy. Oh. You are
mhm.
23 years, 24 years, 25, 26, 27 years. You say, oh, okay. They say I'm a stingy. What is stingy here? This is not stingy. Sometimes application of financial wisdom will make people think that you don't want to involve your money in this. But I think it is wisdom because here, me, Peter, I'm here.
Mhm,
I don't have any family member here. My mother is not here. My father is not. I don't even have any family member in maybe United States or maybe Canada. If there's a problem right now, what person is coming to take care of me? So if I get $500, I shouldn't eat all. Or tell us because your list is here. If you get sick, who is going to take care of you? So you save some. If you get 300, save 150. The future is very important.
mhm,
So if you want your life, if you want Canada to be expensive for you, you can create the expensive board for yourself. I came here, my rent was 400 cities, $400. 800 is there. Some people are paying 900. Me, I'm paying 400.
mhm,
So
mhm.
900 minus 400, 500. So Peter, I've gotten 500 somewhere. So application of wisdom can help you as a student as well. But generally,
Yeah.
living here is very expensive as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I like the in-depth explanation to the fact that some kind of costs are self-inflicted, because if you can be able to cut down on certain things and be able to be wise in the system, you will be able to make some money for yourself, and make sure that you navigate any challenge that comes your way. Because mind you, you don't have your if you don't have any family there, it's going to be hard for you to take care of certain things. And so having and applying financial wisdom to certain things would be helpful. So yeah, thank you for sharing that. You've made me laugh so hard. I mean, some of the things you are saying, I can relate to the fact that some people think that, oh, if you live abroad, you have money and you have everything together and it's okay,
Hmm.
especially if you're a student, because I think I like the fact that Canada doesn't put a lot of restrictions on the fact that when you're done with school, you can get a 3 year work permit. But here in the US, it's not like that. We just have 1 year work permits depending on if your program is a STEM based program or not. So if you are not a STEM based program, your program is literally like a year of work experience. So after the year, you have to be thinking of what next to do, and then that's where people will be going into other degrees and other PhDs and things that are not really useful for them. But like just like you're saying, it's not easy. So living according to your means and the fact that you will be able to navigate certain challenges is very important. So overall, now that you're done with your education, what are your plans and um what do you plan to do?
Okay. For my plans, there are certain plans I wouldn't share, but generally,
Mhm,
I'm trying to build myself. Now that I'm done with school, I want to involve myself in my speaking engagement. I really want to be a global speaker.
mhm,
So I'm shaping. Sometimes I need to register for some of the speaking inspirational program. They are winning a lot of money, but the registration sometimes some are $5,000
mhm,
just to go and speak over there. So I'm hoping that I can able to have this platform to harness my skills, and then maybe probably engaging on all these stuffs. And also, yeah, probably when I settle on a good job that I really want, why not? I also marry. Yeah,
mhm.
at least man is growing. At least I can't stay here alone. So we'll probably need to also find someone and then start our own life. Who knows?
Mhm.
Yeah,
So
that's
as
we
you're
are,
speaking,
is that
as you're speaking, do you have someone in the pipeline? If someone is watching you,
yeah, yeah, it's not easy, oh, my sister, but sometimes some of the girls some of the girls will come and then they will ask you, send me five, and when you see these messages it become a red flag to me. So maybe probably I don't know. I'm hoping so.
okay. Thank you for sharing that. Please, if you are watching and you have any good intentions, you don't come and ask Peter for money. Please feel free to reach out to him and let. Please, I'm putting out an application for you.
Maybe put up.
So, someone asked a question in my DM. He says that can you get an internship as a fresher? I don't know what fresher means. I don't
Yeah,
know
yeah,
the
yeah. Fresher means when you are coming here as a fresher, you can get a lot of scholar internship here. I don't know where, when you go to LinkedIn,
hmm
thousands of, you can even go to US to do summer. I
hmm
know they were applying for US something something for summer, and they were paying good amount of money. Sometimes
mm
Google, you just apply, and when they do, they pick you, so you can do summer internship in summer as well. Yeah.
Okay, so I think that you've shared a lot of experiences, especially wisdom, because I think we need to move away from rigid notions of what study abroad is and have very structured mindset about moving forward. And the fact that this is not difficult, you can do it, especially with Canada, where you will not have to attend an in person interview where you'd have to speak to defend your case. And so the ways in which you write your letter of what do you call that letter?
Letter of explanation.
Yes, the ways in which you articulate and write your letter of explanation should be very important to you. And you should put in a lot of effort into making sure that you are addressing every important detail that you need to address and make sure that you are explaining your case to the visa immigration people so they can make a decision on your case. And so I think when you compare the United States to Canada, I think that's what I like about Canada, that you don't have to show up in person to be able to speak and defend your case. And so
Of course,
also,
in as much as of Canada doesn't really have it. When you arrive in Canada, you go for immigration. It is where you get your work permit, your paper. to enter into the
Okay.
country. So we call it port of entry. Port of
Okay.
entry, they are going to ask you, why are you here? Which school are
Mhm.
you coming? It's like, but
Mhm.
it's not like formal structured like
Mhm.
Canada as well. But just that you'll be going to like the immigrate, how you go to your interview is the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
But when you arrive in Canada, you go there and they ask you who is going to fund you.
Mhm.
So let me say, in Canada application, you might not go to the embassy for your interview in Ghana or basically or Nigeria or wherever you are watching me from. When you arrive in
Mhm.
Canada, that's where you go for your interview, and it's just short. They will ask you which school are you coming, why are you here, who is going to fund you, how are you going back, all this stuff. It depends on the question that the visa officer will
Mhm.
just ask you.
Mm. Thank you for clarifying. I think we also do have the port of entry, not an interview, like a questioning, just to find out your intent and why you're coming. So we also do have
Yeah.
that here. So thank you for clarifying that. Someone says, can a business student apply for a communication program? So I think this question is kind of trying to find out or investigate if you have a different background in anything. Maybe let's say for your undergrad you did maybe business administration and you're coming into Canada. Can you apply for a different program that's different from what you
One of
did
the
in
reason
school?
why your visa will be rejected is the course you are going to choose. It's very
Hmm.
important. So if you're into business, I will preach that you do business courses basically, especially Canada. The fact is that the visa officer can reject your visa based on the fact that your background of study does not correlate with what you're coming to do here. So that
Mm,
simply means that you just want to run away. So what I would say is that of course some people can bring an argument for the fact that
mm,
okay, I did business, but I'm coming to do communication skills. What is the link between that? Because in Canada, getting admission does not mean that you are coming.
mhm,
You can get full scholarship and your visa will be rejected.
mhm,
So it doesn't necessarily mean that I've gotten full scholarship or I've gotten this course I'm coming. No, because the school is an independent body and immigration is also an independent body.
mm,
So they will check some of the things that you are coming to do, your program that you are coming to do. So, for example, maybe you did political science. You can do criminology. You can do, because in political science we have political communication, we have we have a lot of communication there. You can able to articulate your field over there with your research skills and everything, which is very key. But you can't tell me that you're a business student, you're coming to do health or nurse. Health, business, and nurse does not necessarily mean that it doesn't even you don't really understand. So why don't you the only time that you can able to change your course is that when you have work experience. Maybe probably you did teaching, you were a teacher, or maybe you did maybe marketing in school, but now
mhm,
you are teaching business in maybe so marketing. It was not teaching, but after school, because of job employment, you want to teach what business. You can
mhm,
make a claim. The reason why you are coming, though you did business, but you're coming to do education. Dear office
mhm,
officer, for the past 10 years after school, I went into teaching field. I realized that, and I said, if even you want to make a case or you want to make it very strategic, during my undergrad program, I used to teach. I used to organize, volunteer, and also teach people in my rural areas. In fact,
mhm,
dear office officer, I developed the passion of teaching. I realized
mhm,
that when I teach, it gives me self-fulfillment. Although I was a business student after school, I told myself that let me move into where I can able to harness my skills.
mm,
Have you seen this thing? So you blend this thing and then you blend it. So you're able to inculcate it through what? Your work experience. Somebody there, you don't have any work experience. You have finished school 2017. You just say you did business. You say you are coming to Canada to do nursing. My brother, your visa will be rejected. And
mm,
sometimes people don't like the truth because some people need their money. Some of the fake agents, oh, do what they can do, what they can do because they need their
mhm,
money.
mhm,
So basically, that is it. In fact, yesterday somebody have an appointment with me, and I was talking to the person. The course is coming to do here. I think that Charlie, the way things are going, it will not help you.
mhm,
And I explained to him because the choice of your program can even have great influence on your visa,
mm.
especially if it is not related programs. So basically, that is it. Yeah.
Yeah, so making a claim for the reason why you're switching fields and articulating and explaining better to the visa officer why this relates to your future goals and what you want to do in life is very helpful. So, just to summarize what he said, so Peter, I think we've been chatting for a while now. Are there any questions or anything? Is there any advice that you have for people out there who want to study in Canada and just anyone who wants to study abroad? Is there any advice that you have for people?
I would say that school abroad itself. is a program or is a course on its
mm,
own. If you sow laziness, you are going to reap laziness.
mm,
If you sow diligent, you are going to reap diligent.
mhm,
School abroad is something that involves a lot of time, a lot of knowledge, and a lot of commitment. Being disciplined and focusing on your career goals. In fact, sometimes you will send an email to a professor and they are not going to reply. It is part. Those of people I've mentored, every week you send emails to 50 schools because now getting admission and scholarship is not easy. So one thing I would advise you is that just believe in yourself. If you're in school right now and you think that you want to study abroad, some people have mixed a lot of opportunity because of by grace. The grades are not good. Peter, like me, I didn't think of traveling, having opportunity to study abroad. If I wasted my life in KNUST doing marvelous thing and I didn't get it, I wouldn't know that I would travel one day. But today, through education, I'm able to come here. That means if you invest your time and knowledge, acquiring knowledge and also understanding who you are, it will open great doors for you. There are certain places education can take you to, not just that you're a son of billionaire. A
mhm,
place a billionaire son will not go, a poor person will go. What is the
mm,
difference? We have difference between a privileged family and a person who have what the requisite excellent, the thing that they need, the information, the wisdom that can able to put the person to that place. So there's a place a billionaire son will not go, but a poor guy will go. The fact is that it all depends on how you think and your mindset. So school
mm,
abroad is something that you need to involve your time in. It is possible. Keep sending emails if you want to win scholarship. That is the first step. I've been telling people, cold emailing. Some people email is not even good. The email, the email name is Kellerman. Ama sexy mama, sexy
mm,
ama, sweetheart of my lover boy at gmail.com. You want a professor here to reply to this email, Kellerman? Are you coming here to kill somebody? No. Some people will say, oh, Dikro, that's what. If your email is Peter Bewa, just make your email. I don't understand why you go and bring. I'm not saying that some professors will reply, but to be a professional in your scope, be very professional, be smart.
mm,
You know, some people even don't know how to write emails. They don't know. They write the emails in the subject, but they didn't know that the subject should be the title of your destiny of your email. Some people write it inside the subject. This
mm,
person is also looking for scholarship. So there are certain things that we need to touch in, and then that is it. In fact, before I go, I'm organizing a mentorship program for
mm,
African students. If you want to join, sometimes when we started, it was free, but some people say, "Oh, Peter, if you do it free, people will not take it serious." So we put
mm,
some money on it, at least $24.
mm,
If you really want to, if you really want to come, $24, you register and you'll be part of it. If you want it, if you're in Ghana, it is also 300 cities. It is a 2 days mentorship program. Sometimes you need to
mm,
invest in knowledge. This one just sometimes if you are going to pay somebody 10,000 Ghana cedis and you are coming to pay 300 cedis for you to acquire something that can help you to sit down and do it yourself, you don't like, but they will prefer to pay you some of money for people to do it for them because they don't want to sit down and do it. And we will force people to think. And this is
mhm.
why we are here to empower people. So thank you, my sister, for having me as well.
Okay,
let
thank
me let me greet my friends in Ghana, my mom, my father,
you.
my
Mhm,
friends, anybody watching me, that it is possible your dreams are valid. Peter
mm,
Bewa didn't believe in themselves, but today people mention our name to be an inspiration to other people. If I gave up, I wouldn't be here today. Let your story inspire other people. We have life to touch. We have people to shape. We have people to empower them. And we believe that we just need your prayers, your guidance. I know that sometimes we go astray. We are not angels. Peter, too, I commit sin. I'm not perfect. Sometimes we are advising you, but you also go astray as well. So sometimes fault also day. We have our own weaknesses. Peter, I have my weaknesses. So sometimes when you see us, you try to guide us, and then we will like to grow together. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So thank you for the moment of vulnerability and the fact that you've expressed that we are also humans, in as much as we are also on here. Sometimes there's a theory in communication that talks about social identity theory, and also disclosure theory. So sometimes we present an image on social media that kind doesn't reflect who we are in everyday life. And so sometimes we come here, Peter will sit here and advise you, motivate you, but he's going through a lot. So sometimes if you know, if you can check in on people, if you can make sure that sometimes you even ask them, it's not every day, sometimes texting people, can you help me with scholarship? Sometimes I ask Peter, how is your education going? How is life? Are you okay? Is everything, because it's not easy to live in a country outside of your home country, and especially like the way he mentioned mental issue challenges and stuff like that. I think that we go through a lot ourselves, so if you can check in on somebody, you can motivate somebody, you can, and we are here to make sure that we push the agenda of inspiring people and making people feel like it's possible, you can do it. And we need, I think, for Africa, Peter, I think we need a mind shift, and we need um like a change of mindset about certain things, certain notions that have been engraved in ourselves and in our lives. And so, thank you for doing this. Please pay and join the mentorship program. You said how much is it? 20.
300 cities. Or maybe if you're in abroad, it's $24. So
Okay.
people have already registered,
So
so
what
we
what
just
what is entailed in this mentorship package if
so
somebody
we
wants
we, we just want to train people well with the school application, basically teach
to?
them how to do it, for them to do it, and then learn how on CV, resume. People don't
Hmm.
even know that there's a lot of differences between all these stuff, statement of
Hmm.
purpose. A lot of things entails it. So maybe probably you can be a brilliant student with a CW, a GP of 3.9. Or we
Hmm.
don't use GP of 3.9 to get full scholarship. Let me tell you. So sometimes let's try to. So these are some of the things that we will teach: email sending and how you can send cold
Hmm.
emails, how you can able to answer
Yeah.
questions with professors and a whole lot of things. So
Yeah.
thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it and God bless you. Bye bye.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you. Um, Thank you for watching me today. I do appreciate the time that you have spent with me here today. I'm going to stay on for a few minutes. If someone has any question or anything they want to ask or anything they want to talk about. And also, I want to take this opportunity to talk about the fact that I do have mock interview sessions for people who are going for their US interviews, and they need some kind of coaching and guidance when it comes to practicing for their mock interviews for the United States. And so, if you're interested in anything like that, please send me a message, and we can talk about how we can be able to help each other. MBN, thank you for joining. I saw you join last week. Thank you for joining this week again. And you said you're having problem with transcript evaluation. Can you please send me like a private message so that we can talk about this? Thank you everyone for joining. I believe that it's possible for everyone to take this path, and it's not easy, just like Peter has talked about. It's not easy. Sometimes we do also face a lot of challenges. We do also go through a lot of things. We are not painting a picture and making it seem as if it's rosy and everything is okay here. Sometimes some of the things that people go through are self-inflicted, and so if you have a way that you can try and adjust your life to be able to deal with certain challenges, just like you said, you cut your coat according to your size. People work hard for their money here, and so you don't need to feel entitled, especially when you send people messages and you want them to help you and guide you through this process. Please be graceful, patient, and kind with your words as we are also trying to figure out things and navigate certain challenges. And so, thank you everyone for joining today. I will be coming your way with something else, and I can't wait to see you achieve all your goals and your dreams. Kindly subscribe to the channel if you haven't. It's Irene Lutrot. And also make sure you share this video to your friends and other people who would benefit from this. So thank you for joining, and I will see you again. Bye.